There's a moment right before you walk into a room full of people. Your hand hovers on the door. Your breath goes shallow without asking permission. And a small voice inside whispers, "What if I say the wrong thing?" You've felt this before. Maybe at a party where you didn't know anyone. Maybe on a first date, or a job interview, or a family dinner where the conversation kept moving without you. That feeling has a name, and it's not weakness. It's just the gap between who you are and who you're afraid you'll seem to be. And here's the truth that changed everything for me. Confidence in social situations is not a personality trait you were born with or born without. It's a skill, and skills can be built. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to feel steady, warm, and grounded in almost any social moment, even the ones that used to make your stomach drop. We'll start with a small shift you can use in the next 5 minutes, and build from there to something much deeper. And I promise you, the last idea I share is the one almost nobody uses, but it changes the whole game. So let's get into it, because you deserve to walk into rooms feeling like yourself. Here's the first thing I want you to understand, and it might sound strange at first. Confident people are not people without nerves. They're people who stopped fighting their nerves. They accepted the flutter and kept moving anyway. That single shift is the doorway. Everything else we talk about today walks through it. Think about the last time you felt socially uncomfortable. Your body probably tightened, your mind sped up, your thoughts turned inward. And in that moment, most of us do the same thing. We try to hide it, to look calm, to pretend it isn't happening. But the more you fight the feeling, the louder it gets. Suppression is fuel for anxiety, not the cure. So here's your first small win. The next time you feel nervous in a social setting, silently tell yourself, this is just energy. Not fear, not failure. Just energy your body gave you because it cares about this moment. That reframe alone can lower the volume on your nerves by half. Try it once today and notice what happens. Now the second layer of confidence, and this is where it starts to feel magical. Real social confidence comes from taking the spotlight off yourself and putting it on the person in front of you. When you're spiraling about how you look, how you sound, whether they like you, your attention is trapped inside your own head. And inside your own head is exactly where social anxiety lives. It cannot survive when your attention is somewhere else. So the second shift is simple. Get curious about them. Not fake curious. Genuinely curious. As if you were a kind, warm detective trying to learn what makes this person tick. Ask them what they've been excited about lately. Ask them how they got into what they do. Ask them what their week has been like. And actually listen to the answer. The moment your focus moves from "how am I doing" to "who is this person," your nervous system relaxes almost instantly. Because you're no longer performing. You're connecting. And connection, my friend, is the opposite of anxiety. Hold on to this small idea. You do not have to be interesting to be liked. You have to be interested. That's the shift almost nobody makes. The most magnetic people in any room are not the ones talking the most. They're the ones making others feel heard. Every time you avoid a social situation, your brain quietly learns that it was dangerous. That's how small fears grow into big ones over time. But the opposite is also true. Every time you show up, even a little clumsily, your brain learns that you survived, that the room did not swallow you whole. So confidence is not something you find before you show up. It's something that grows because you showed up. Confidence is built through evidence, and evidence is built through action. Small action, kind action, not throwing yourself into a fire, but stepping just slightly past your comfort each time. Say hi to the barista and mean it. Introduce yourself to one new person at the gathering. Send the text you've been drafting for 3 days. Each tiny yes to life is a deposit into your confidence account, and those deposits add up faster than you think. Now here's a curiosity loop I want to open. There's a specific way to enter a room that changes how people respond to you before you even say a word. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, we need to talk about the story you tell yourself on the way in. Because your internal monologue in the 60 seconds before a social event matters more than almost anything else. Most people fill that window with worst-case rehearsal. What if I freeze? What if I say something dumb? What if they can tell I'm nervous? Your brain believes what you feed it. If you rehearse disaster, your body prepares for disaster. So try this instead. In the 60 seconds before you walk in, whisper to yourself, I'm here to make one person feel a little better today. Notice how that lands. It takes the pressure off you entirely. Your only job is to give a small piece of warmth to someone else. And warmth, it turns out, is the single most attractive social quality on the planet. More than looks, more than status, more than clever words. Warm people feel safe, and safety is what everyone in the room is quietly craving. Now let's talk about the way you carry yourself, because your body speaks before your mouth does. You don't need a power pose or a fake alpha stance. Those actually make you look uncomfortable in your own skin. What you need is something much softer: an open chest, relaxed shoulders, slow, steady breath. When you walk into a space, let your eyes lift instead of dropping to the floor. Let your face soften into a small, real smile. Not a performance smile, just the kind of expression you'd have if you were about to greet a friend you were happy to see. That small softening tells everyone in the room that you're safe to approach, and it tells your own nervous system the same thing. Your body listens to your posture. Your mind listens to your body. Everything is connected. You can borrow calm from your own breath anytime you want. Before you speak, exhale slowly through your nose. Let the exhale be a little longer than the inhale. That single breath tells your body the danger has passed. Your voice will steady. Your thoughts will slow. Your presence will grow. Now, here's the reframe I promised earlier, and it might change how you think about social situations forever. Confidence is not about you. It's a gift you give to the people around you. When you walk in steady and warm, you give others permission to relax. When you speak up gently, you give quieter people space to speak too. When you stop apologizing for existing, you free everyone else to stop apologizing too. Your confidence lifts the room. So when you're tempted to shrink, remember your calm is contagious. Your warmth is contagious. Your steadiness gives others theirs. That's a beautiful reason to keep growing this skill. You're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for every room you'll ever walk into. If any of this is landing for you, I'd love to hear about it. Tell me in the comments about a social situation you've been avoiding lately. You're not alone in it, I promise. Now let's get into some specific tools you can use starting today. They're small, but they compound quickly. The first is the 3-second rule. When you feel the urge to say hi to someone, do it within 3 seconds. Not because you have to be bold, but because after 3 seconds, your inner critic wakes up and starts inventing reasons not to. Beat it to the punch. Move before the voice arrives. The second is the name and notice technique. When you meet someone, say their name back once in the first minute. Nice to meet you, Sarah. It anchors the connection and makes the other person feel truly seen. Then notice one specific detail and mention it kindly, not their appearance. Something real, like their energy or their choice of words. I love how you put that. Small, honest observations create instant closeness. The third is the graceful exit. So many of us stay stuck in conversations because we don't know how to leave. That fear of getting stuck makes us avoid starting conversations at all. So here's your permission slip. You can leave any conversation with warmth. Just say, I'm so glad we got to talk. I'm going to mingle a bit, but let's find each other later. Knowing you can leave gracefully makes you brave enough to arrive freely. Now here's a mindset shift that took me years to learn, and I want to save you the wait. Not every conversation needs to be a home run. Not every interaction needs to feel deep or memorable. Most human connection is made of small, ordinary exchanges. A shared laugh at the elevator. A quick chat before the meeting starts. A moment of eye contact and a nod. If you stop demanding fireworks, you'll notice how much warmth is already available in tiny moments. Confidence grows from those tiny moments, not from grand ones. Small connections done often build the biggest social lives. Here's a shift that took me from dreading events to actually enjoying them. I used to walk into a room and scan for threat. Who is watching me? Who looks judgmental? Then one day I flipped the scan. I started looking for who seemed a little lonely, a little on the edge of the group. I made it my quiet mission to make that person feel welcome. That was the whole strategy. My own nerves dissolved almost instantly, because I had a purpose bigger than my self-consciousness. Try this at the next event. Find the person who looks like you used to feel. Go to them. Now let's talk about something that quietly sabotages so many people, and almost nobody names it. The fear of being perceived, that deep, uncomfortable feeling of being watched, evaluated, judged. Here's the freeing truth. Most people are not watching you nearly as closely as you think. They're too busy worrying about how they're being perceived. Everyone in the room is quietly convinced they're the awkward one. Once you really let that sink in, something inside you unclenches. You realize the spotlight you feel is mostly your own. So give yourself permission to be a little imperfect. Say the slightly wrong thing. Laugh at your own stumbles. Move on quickly. The people who move on quickly from their own small mistakes are the ones we remember as confident. Not because they never trip, but because they don't dwell. Grace with yourself is the skill that everyone else sees as confidence. It's the same thing, wearing different clothes. Now here's the last big idea I want to leave you with, and it's the one almost no one uses. Confidence in social situations is not about being liked by everyone. It's about being okay with not being liked by everyone. Read that again, because it's the door to freedom. The people who move through the world with easy, magnetic confidence are not chasing universal approval. They gave that up a long time ago. They know that some people won't get them. Some people will misread them. Some people will simply have a different taste, a different mood, a different day. And they let those people go without holding on. That's the secret. The moment you stop needing every single person to like you, an incredible thing happens. You become far more likable. Because you stop performing. You stop shrinking. You stop tilting yourself to fit every room. You start showing up as your actual self. And the right people, the ones who match you, feel that instantly. Confidence is not, everyone likes me. Confidence is, I like me, and I'll be okay if not everyone does. That inner steadiness is what people feel when they say someone has presence. It's not loudness, it's rootedness. And you can grow that. Slowly, patiently, one honest interaction at a time. So let's bring this home together. Here's the whole path in your pocket. When you feel nervous, remind yourself it's just energy. Your body is on your side. When you enter a room, put your attention on the people around you, not on yourself. Curiosity kills anxiety. Take one small action every day that pushes you gently past your comfort. Build evidence that you're safe out there. Breathe slower than you think you need to. Soften your shoulders. Let your face be kind. Give warmth as your first offer. Look for the person on the edge and welcome them in. Say people's names. Notice real things about them. Let conversations be small and let them be enough. Give yourself permission to leave gracefully so you're brave enough to arrive freely. And above all, release the need to be liked by everyone. Come home to yourself. That's where real confidence lives. You don't have to become a different person to feel confident socially. You just have to stop hiding the one you already are. The world doesn't need a more polished version of you. It needs the real one, showing up a little braver each day. And every time you do, you make it easier for someone else to do the same. That's the gift. That's the ripple. So the next time your hand hovers on that door, take a slow breath, soften your shoulders, and remind yourself why you came. You came to connect. You came to be kind. You came to be yourself out loud. That's enough. That has always been enough. If this video helped you feel a little more ready to walk into your next social moment, do me a small favor and hit subscribe so we can keep growing this together. Leave a comment and tell me the one shift from today you're going to try first. I read every single one and I love hearing your stories. And if you know someone who's been struggling with social confidence, send this their way. It might be the reminder they needed today. I'm so glad you're here. I'm rooting for you. And I'll see you in the next one.